Sticking with the tech theme here, smartphone maker Palm reports earnings this afternoon following a year that saw a whole lot of excitement followed by quite a letdown. So where does Palm's technology stand right now against Apple and Research In Motion? Well, we're joined now by Lance Ulanoff. He is editor-in-chief of PCMag.com. Great to have you back on the show, Lance.
Nice to be here.
So I know you're not really a financials guy, but Palm is reporting its earnings, and they warned back on February 25th that sales this year would come well below forecast. But then there's been talk that Palm's an attractive buyout candidate.
That's
so
right.
That could cause shares to jump, and some of those potential buyers, acquirers, HP, Nokia, Dell, according to analysts. So what do you think? Because I guess the deal with the Palm is its operating system.
Well, here's the thing. Palm's been in the mix as far as acquisition for, I think, 2 years. People just keep talking about it because Palm keeps, as a technology company, underperforming. And they get us excited. In January of '09, they introduced the Palm Pre with the WebOS mobile operating system. We loved it. We were shocked, excited. This is the Palm Pre Plus, by the way, with Verizon. We absolutely could not get over how cool it is. And then things slowed down. The SDK, which is the development kit so you can build apps, took months to arrive. Even now, with that out there and people building apps, there are about 1,000 apps for the Palm Pre and the Palm Pixie. Now compare that to the Apple with the App Store for the iPhone, 200,000 apps. I mean, they're not catching up fast enough. They should have hit the ground running in January of '09.
But apps aside, which technology, the Palm or the iPhone, do you prefer?
You know what? It's hard to say because they haven't done enough with the WebOS. I will say that it is one of the best smartphone platforms I have ever seen, that anyone has ever rolled out.
How does it differ than the iPhone? Because I think more people have the iPhone, simply put, and just it's kind of like fear of the unknown with the Pre.
Well, it's first of all, it's a touch screen, right? But you'll notice that I slid out, there's a QWERTY keyboard, so that makes it different right off the bat. But the operating system uses what's called a card system. You can kind of move things along, you can throw them away, you can move things around, as opposed to smaller icons. But there's a lot of functionality here that is a lot like the iPhone with the accelerometer and the touchscreen. It's just that developers have not extended it, because that's why the iPhone is so exciting, because you can do so much with it because people are building apps for it.
It's those darn apps that Palm needs to catch up on.
Absolutely. And
what is the price difference between the two?
They're roughly the same price. They're roughly going to be, you know, at the baseline is going to be about $199 for a baseline unit. But the thing that Palm did this year, by the way, and this is one of the other reasons that people are a little less excited, is they came out on Verizon, but the models that they showed up with were not vastly different from the ones they showed up with a year ago. Okay,
so is there any hope to get those apps on par with Apple?
You know, I don't know. I hope so, but they've got to move so much faster.
Some other news, BlackBerry Slider. This is Research In Motion. This phone might be released next month. So the big question for Research In Motion is, can they get into the consumer market, because right now they dominate business, obviously.
Well, actually, I'll tell you something. This is a BlackBerry Bold. RIM holds a tremendous market share because they're virtually giving away the curve. Even consumers have gotten a hold of it. But if they come out with a slider and it's a really big screen with a hidden keyboard, that could be a game changer. But RIM has not actually announced this, so we don't know what's happening.
Oh, okay. That could be a bit of breaking news there that you shared for us. Okay, so overall, where do we stand with the smartphone? Obviously, this is the technology of the moment. Who's best poised to win in this round?
Well, Apple's got a huge head start. You know, they've really done well with the iPhone. We know they're coming out with an iPhone update this summer. We don't know what it's going to be, but they've got, you know, this is the Motorola Devour, and it comes with the Android operating system from Google, and they are charging ahead, and they've got a lot of interest. But the Nexus 1, which was supposed to be Google's big phone, has not performed as expected.
Interesting stuff. Lance Ulanoff of PCMag.com. Thanks so much for breaking down the smartphone wars for us.